Hi, I'm Cathy-Jo. I am a Canadian certified counselor and a registered psychotherapist. My lived experience as a mom and a teacher, foster parent, really has shaped who I am and how I show up with clients. Who you see is who I actually am. And it's given me a really good perspective about the different ways that people live, the different struggles that they have. And I think it's just really broadened my view of people in general. And I think having gone through trauma myself and having sort of walked through healing has been a big part of who I am and what I bring to therapy because I've been there and I know what it's like to, struggle with who you are and how you have learned to cope or not cope in some situations. Most of the clients that I work with are dealing with trauma. Many of them have anxiety or are dealing with relationship problems. People can come to therapy for a variety of reasons. If you were to come and see me as a client, the most important thing out of everything we do is that we build relationship and that there is a sense of trust between us. There is safety in our relationship and that it's real. If I'm offering empathy to you as my client, it's because I actually have that empathy for you. It's not sort of a conjured up thing. And that's the most important thing out of everything. I do try to keep a lot of what we do experiential. I think sometimes, you come into therapy and you can talk and you can start to understand at a cognitive level what's happening, but unless you experience change, I don't think much is going to change. And so, some of what we do might be inner child work, going back to that little girl or that little boy that was lonely and bringing comfort to that little child. And in doing that, in bringing your adult self with all its resources, with all its compassion, with all its care into that moment with that little child, you bring healing and you can kind of set that little one free. So the experiential part is really allowing yourself to feel the embodied sense of safety that maybe you've been missing because of your experiences. I wish people knew that therapy isn't for the most broken in our world or like the worst of the worst. Therapy is for everybody. Anybody who wants to heal or become more of who they want to be or live more in the way that they want to live. Even if you haven't gone through huge trauma or really difficult things in your life, therapy can be so beneficial to becoming more self-aware, understanding yourself and why you sort of behave in the way you do or what drives you. You're more informed. So the choices that you make can line with who you are. As we work through trauma or as we work through, the difficult situations that we might be in, one of the main goals is that we can find peace, peace within ourselves and peace within our relationships. And from that peace comes freedom.